What up, everybody? We're back here with another episode. Today we're going to be playing a classic game. I'm sure a lot of you have played it with your friends or wherever. It's just start, bench, cut. We'll be going over what players. We'll throw out a scenario and say which player would you want to start on your team, which one you want to bench, and which one you'd cut. Pretty simple enough.
I'm Nate.
I'm Ryan.
And this is
NNR Analysis.
All right. So Ryan's got a classic one from players that are no longer in the NBA, and also one with current players. And I have the same thing.
Yeah.
So who's going first?
Why don't you go first?
All right. Which one am I doing first? Current players?
Whichever you want.
Oh man, you're making this tough. All right. Current centers in the NBA. Start, bench, cut. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay.
Jarrett Allen.
Okay.
DeAndre Ayton.
Ooh. Okay. Start, I would have to go with Jarrett Allen.
Okay.
Bench, I'd go with DeAndre Ayton. And I would cut Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay.
And the reason for that, I think Jarrett Allen, just his presence, he's won playoff series before with Brooklyn. He has a little bit of experience there, and also I just feel like he's a better team player. DeAndre Ayton has experience, so I like that. He is a good player, and just Jaren Jackson Jr., I like the guy. I think he's a good player. I like what Memphis has going for him, but I just feel like he doesn't have experience in those big moments.
Okay. I more or less concur. The difference is I would start Allen. I would probably bench Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, that's hard because I do like Jaren Jackson Jr. more than I like Ayton. Just as a
I think
person.
Ayton's probably a good player.
He's a good player. That's why I picked him. But
I don't think he's improving at the rate that he should, though.
Yeah, and
I
like
also
Jackson.
don't think that his attitude is the greatest.
The biggest thing.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
So I would cut Ayton.
Okay.
Do you agree with this one? Okay, on to yours.
Okay, we're going to start with my current as well. We're going to go with another Memphis guy. We're going to go with Ja Morant, Devin Booker,
Okay.
and Donovan Mitchell. All good guards.
Oh,
You can't go wrong. Actually, there's
Ja Morant,
look at that.
Donovan
No,
Mitchell,
what's interesting
Devin
is,
Booker.
hey guys, if you're paying attention,
You're making this tough, man.
we didn't talk about who we picked for each of these, but what's interesting is I picked a Memphis, a Phoenix, and a Cleveland guy, just like Nate just did.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of interesting.
That's really cool. Okay, I would start Ja.
Okay?
Start Ja. And this is really tough. I think Booker's probably more clutch than Donovan is. But in terms of overall person and I think who Donovan's going to become, I'm going to bench Donovan and cut Booker.
Okay.
That's maybe a surprise to a lot of people. What's your thought?
You know, I sit here and I've watched these videos lately a lot on Ja Morant. I love Ja Morant. I love Donovan Booker. I'm kind of different on. I don't love the guy, but he's a great player.
You're going to start Booker, aren't you?
But I'm watching Ja, and he does travel a lot, but it doesn't get called. So if you watch him next time,
Well, if it doesn't get called, then it doesn't matter.
when he goes, he brings the ball like this, and stutters, and then dribbles. Watch it next time you watch Ja. Pay attention. But the league's not calling in, so he benefits from it. Ultimately, I would start Donovan. And that's a big take. With how he's playing this year,
Oh my gosh, are
I
you
would
serious?
start Donovan. I think the leadership, I think the chemistry he brings to a team.
So you would bench Booker,
I bench
cut Ja Morant.
Ja Morant,
Oh, bench Ja Morant, cut Booker.
and I cut Booker, which is crazy.
him out of
If you'd
there.
taken this last year, I would have had Donovan probably cut last year out of those three. But with how he's playing this year,
just because
and
of how
everything,
good Donovan's
I
playing.
think Donovan starts, bench Morant, cut Booker.
Okay, cool. I like that. That's crazy, man. I'm really surprised to hear you say that, actually. Okay, all right, here's another one. Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal. Start, bench, cut.
Ooh. Oh.
This wasn't the one I was going to do until
That
Ryan just
is
talked me out of it right before we started this segment.
Man. Okay. I'm starting Tim Duncan. I'm benching Hakeem. And I'm cutting Shaq.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
One of the best big men in the entire...
They're all one of the biggest
I
men.
know.
You're cutting one of the biggest big men regardless.
That is what start bench cut is you're going to get 3 really good, similar players.
Let me tell you this.
Cut.
The big thing is Shaq came at an era when the league had just become national. Like a lot of people were being able to watch it televised on a regular basis, and he was just enormous and great player. I mean, all of them were great players, but he was flashy. He had the personality, and so a lot of people I think are drawn to him based on that because they got a lot of television time the Lakers did with Kobe and him, and so I think a lot of people are drawn to him because they see that. But Hakeem Olajuwon, all-time great defender. And Tim Duncan, a great all-time Mr. Fundamentals type guy. And those two aren't very flashy guys. And so they flew under the radar. And I think if you watch them personally, you'd understand why I picked them that. But history does, I think, go to the flashy, more bigger name Shaq.
Okay.
Most times.
They contribute in different ways,
Yeah.
and I think that's maybe why it's a surprise to me more than anything else. Because I would actually pick Shaq to start, so that's a surprise that you would cut him. And this is really going to surprise you. Maybe I don't know how good Tim Duncan really was.
Oh, you are about to. Oh,
I know how good Hakeem Olajuwon is, so I'm going to bench Olajuwon and cut Tim. And that's funny that you're so disappointed in that. But Shaq was one of the most big, dominant centers in the NBA. He couldn't be backed down, man. So there were so many times that the Jazz couldn't get past the Lakers either because of Kobe and Shaq, and they were a good duo. And Shaq was a lot of that. Granted, he couldn't hit his free throws, so it was kind of like hack Shaq. Hack Shaq.
I will never forget Shaq's press conference when he retired and he was saying all the things he's going to miss about the NBA, and his last thing he said is, I'm going to miss some free throws.
That's hilarious. All right, last one.
Okay, all time, and this is in honor of someone's birthday this week, Larry Bird.
Ooh.
So we got Larry Bird, Magic Johnson,
Oh, man.
and Kobe Bryant. Start, bench, cut.
Cut Kobe.
Cut Kobe.
Cut Kobe.
Oof.
Bench Magic. Start Bird.
Okay.
That's a tough one, too. None of these players would ever be in this scenario. But for some reason, this is a big thing on the internet. Start, bench, cut. And then there's a million comments because people get so fired up about their opinions.
and see, that's the thing. It's a hot take.
Is this making your skin boil? Where we're putting these people?
Tell
us in the comments.
Personally, I also would cut Kobe.
Okay.
I think he came with that
Cut
same,
Kobe!
I know, I just want to give you crap. I think he came at that same time like Shaq when everyone was watching the game. And so, historically, we think about him more because he's more recent. And so he has that bias-y of that. But all time, I put Magic to start.
Okay.
I think Magic is the
one for
third
me,
best
too.
player all time, and I think Bird's the fifth best, so I think they're both up there. Kobe obviously is right up there near the top 2 of all-time great players. But the things that Magic did, just being able to switch from point guard to center in the finals when Kareem went out and win the championships.
Magic was built that way, man.
I mean, he was a big guy who played point guard, so that helped him. Obviously, Bird and him had their battles in college, and then Bird had his time with the Celtics, and his three-point shooting was best shooter of his generation. I mean, both great players. Kobe, again, great player. But I gotta start Magic.
I'm with you.
Bird.
I'm with you.
Wait, you said it was the other
Oh,
way.
no, I said Bird start.
Yeah,
My
come on.
bad.
Start. Yeah. Tell us what you think, though. Do you agree with all these? Do you disagree? Do you like this game? Should we do it again?
What should we talk about next week? Talk to you then.